And what I'm doing here is measuring the thickness of the steel. It's 0.58 of a millimetre, so it's a fraction over half a millimetre thick. That's the panel steel, that's on the boot lid. Right, the stuff on the frames is thicker. It's 1.15 mil thick, so it's about twice as thick, the frame to the skin. The bonnet is badly buckled, like it's badly buckled. You can see that through there. That's all collapsed through here, the whole thing. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to fix this. It's a big whoop through here. Yeah, it's had 100 layers of paint on it, and it's got all this. You can see that on the camera, but see, that's all rust. That's got to go. You can't. It's over the whole thing. So I've been cleaning it up with this drill. For starters, going over each little spot. Prepping it like that. Then I'm going to wipe it with acid. It's the thinnest metal. You're never going to see car with thinner metal. I think it's like 24 gauge. I thought 22 was thin. This stuff's almost impossible to weld. Where I fixed that section over there around the fuel cap, you really can't weld it. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, I just sort of show you that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this bonnet quite yet. I'm thinking of taking the skin off. I can go around and pop these spot welds all the way around and pop the skin off, and that way I can have a go at fixing it. But I want to be able to make sure I can weld it back together. And like, it's a big job. I'm doing this basically for free. Like, I'm fixing this whole car for nothing, basically. Anyway, we'll see what happens. This one is pretty badly damaged. Like, see that gap there? You can't just bog that. This stuff here has to be brought up properly. Like that all the way through. You see that gap? That's just there. Like, it's all over it, like there. The whole bonnet is just pretty buggered. But you have to fix it. When you pick this up, I don't know if it comes up, but it's these inner channels are full of rust and crap. So to unpick this, there's a little weird spot weld right on the edge of this lip, and they're every 90 mil, 100 mil or so, all the way around. So I'm going to have to pick that off, take this frame off, so then I can repair this panel and then put it back together. There's that free. Heat it up, bust all this. It's also glued on. Alright, take that off and we'll see what it looks like. There's the back of that, all rusty anyway, so if you're going to fix it, you've got to fix it properly. All rusty bad around here. Alright, it's not that bad, we'll be able to save it. I'll continue on getting all this shit off, and I've got a better chance of repairing this panel. When it's like that, you've got full access to it. Alright, got to bring this whoop up here. So what I'm going to be doing, hold this dolly under here, belt it up with this thing called a slapper. You slap that up, give it a light hit with the file and see where you're at. Just bring it up like that. You go right over the whole thing. And go over the whole thing, get it all ready, repair that, glue it all back together, weld it back on, then go over it. It's got a bit of oil can in it. Glue on that will help that. But where it's really soft, the oil can, is you hot shrink it. A bit hard to see that like with the camera, but that's all up now. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. Got to go over the whole thing. It's all whooped down. There's a big whoop in there now. I want to just get this all dressed up. A few little bits here. I'm not going to file finish it. This stuff is too thin. I'll be there forever. I'm just basically going to get it close as within a thickness of paint, and then put that back on, glue it together, stiffen it up. It's probably going to need to be hot shrunk in more than one area because you get a bit of oil can. You've got to pull that out of it, and that bonnet will be good to go. That's brought that big wolf up out of the middle, and this is all up now. That's pretty close to, like, it's not perfect, but it's a million times better than it was. Like you can see this thing here, you just drag it across. There's no gaps. I'll still do more, but I've got to get in and prep that frame and then glue it on. There's a little bit more dressing up in a few spots, but that's brought it up nice, and it's quite firm. I'm surprised. And a little bit through here. Just needs a little bit more bit there. But the rest of it, a fraction here, is very good. Surprising, I didn't think that stuff would have straightened up so nice. Pretty happy with that so far. It's all come up nice. It's all, front of it wasn't too bad actually. There's a little bit through here, that's a little bit high. But that's pretty close to ready to put back together. Like all that bit there that was terrible up. It's a big whoop here, it's all back up. It's all back up, so it's the only way you can fix that. You got to pull it apart. I'm also going to do that to the doors and the boot lid. I don't think I'm going to do it to the guards.